All right, guys, huge news. This show is brought to you by DraftKings.com, the official daily fantasy partner of the NFL, guys. Now, listen, this is huge. Week 1, you have a chance to win, yes, $1 million, guys. Head on over to DraftKings.com/promo-code, or just download the app, guys. Enter promo code FFLion for Fantasy Football Lion and enter and get in on the action. What I love about daily fantasy is that you don't just have to draft once. You can play every week, and you can play with me, guys. I've also launched a course below, Fantasy 365, that's going to get you in the action. I'll give you guys some advice to help you guys crush daily fantasy as well. You get to play with me, the counselor. We get to interact every single week. But listen, guys, DraftKings.com, listen to this, /promo-code, because that's where you're able to enter the code and get all the perks, right? Head on over there, or just simply download the app, guys. DraftKings app. Head on over there, guys. Use promo code FFLion, and you're all set. And we can play together every single week, guys. Daily fantasy, because again, I want that excitement to continue throughout the entire season. We're going to do that together. I've teamed up with DraftKings. Love them. Love the app. Been using it for years. Finally teamed up with them, so I'm super excited. Remember, head on over to DraftKings.com. I gave you guys. I'll also link it here below, or just download the app. Use promo code FFLion. Let's go, guys. Daily fantasy. Again, we got a show to get to right now, but go do that right now. Today, we are talking about 5 wide receiver breakouts for fantasy football 2021. And I got a couple names here that I've not talked about yet, so it's going to be exciting. 5 wide receiver breakouts for fantasy football 2021. Let's get to the show. All right, guys, welcome to the show. We're talking about 5 wide receiver breakouts for fantasy football 2021. Guys, I am beyond excited. Fantasy football is almost here. If you have not prepared yet, get the 16-round draft, so it's just going to help you guys crush your leagues. I'm over the top excited because I'm getting a lot of testimonials, people feeling solid with their rosters. I'm telling you guys, if you're not following my Insta, make sure you follow Fantasy Football Counselor, because I'm getting a lot of testimonials. Everybody's excited about 16 rounds. First ever only video training, sleepers, breakouts, everything you need. I've linked it below. Head on over to thefantasyfootballcounselor.com. Go do that right now. Also, guys, we're doing a giveaway. There's so much. I got to do all the plugs, guys, because there's so much stuff for you guys. And everything that I give you, I want to offer value. Again, if you didn't hear at the beginning of the show, DraftKings.com, download the app and use promo code FFLion. Go do that now. Also, a Najee Harris giveaway, guys, okay? There's a Najee Harris giveaway for a jersey by Pristine Auction. Go to pristineauction.com. Enter code SWAGLION, okay, guys? Very simple. SWAGLION at Pristine Auction. You're automatically entered. And comment below, Najee Harris, one of my favorite players this year, guys. A giveaway for this jersey. And, of course, guys, in the video below from last Monday, in the comments below, I'm announcing a winner today. It could be you guys, but you got to comment below as well and use promo code SWAGLION at Pristine Auction. You're entered for a Najee Harris jersey. Man, there's so much to announce. And last thing, guys, manscaped.com. Use promo code SHOWERLION. You got to keep track of these codes if you guys want the perks, guys. DraftKings.com, FFLion, right? If you want manscaped.com, promo code SHOWERLION. Amazing trimmers, guys. Save yourself 20%. And of course, if you want to win a jersey at Pristine Auction, Swag Lion. It's a lion mentality everywhere, guys, okay? So I've linked everything below if you're very confused on YouTube, or DM me, say, Joe, what are the codes? But go back and listen to this video. You'll be all set, okay, guys? DM me at Fantasy Football Counselor. I try to get to as many DMs as I can, but sometimes it gets very, very difficult because I'm completely inundated. All right, 5 wide receiver breakouts. Let's dive into this, guys. I'm over the top excited about these breakouts. So let's dive into them, to the stats and why they could break out. And guys, a couple names here that I've not used before. I've not talked about really before. First guy here is Jeudy, and he's been looking pretty good in preseason. He's catching the ball, he's running, he's showing his dynamic playability, but there is some concerns, which we'll talk about. But I'll tell you why I think he can break out. Last year had a good, decent year, right? It wasn't like the best. He had, 3 touchdowns. It doesn't get me excited. 113 targets, around 52 receptions. it didn't get me excited. It didn't get me like, oh my God, this was a top prospect coming out of the draft in 2020, but he only amassed 157 points. I was not really high on Jeudy. I thought the quarterback situation was a little suspect, but I did see some upside, right? They had Hamler there, around 56 targets. They had They had Patrick there. They have a bunch of guys that just aren't that good. They weren't that good last year anyway. They hoarded away some of the volume. Now, we understand that Sutton was sitting out, which, again, should have opened things up a little bit more for Jeudy. But the problem with them last year was these guys had a rough quarterback situation. So Tim Patrick had 79 targets, Jeudy 113, Hamler 56. And obviously, it was Cortland Sutton who only played like one game last year. Now, the fact that Sutton's getting in could be an issue, but I think there's going to be even target distribution between Jeudy and Sutton. And you gotta give it to your best wide receivers, right? Again, Hamler, these guys, whoever's on the team could be thorns, but whoever's starting, whether it be Bridgewater or Locke, I think it's going to be Locke. Whoever is gonna be there has got to realize that Judy's arguably the best wide receiver on that roster. He's due for a breakout season. He's due to get the volume. He's due to get the targets. So I think he could have a safe season if you get him at the right ADP, rounds 5, 6. He's 30th amongst wide receivers on the consensus consensus rankings. So it's pretty decent value, but is he going to outperform Sutton? I think Sutton kind of edges him out, but it could be a breakout season for Jeudy. The talent is there. It's all up to the quarterback play. It all comes down to the quarterback play, and if they're going to get him the ball like we want them to get him the ball. Okay, that's the big question. So again, I'm looking at Jeudy. He's around 30th. I'd like to see him, again, it depends if you're looking at, I think that's standard here. I'm just pulling up the consensus rankings here. Where is he sitting? Yeah, 30th in standard, and he's a little bit lower, like he's like 35th or something on the on PPR. So not getting the respect that he could possibly get and deserve this year. Jeudy could have a good year. Second guy here. Now, he is sitting 51st on the consensus rankings. Now, the guy I'm talking about is Michael Pittman. Now, Michael Pittman, not a big fan of him at all based on last year, but I'm all about opportunity. Again, sitting 51st amongst wide receivers, 61 targets, 40 receptions, and just 1 touchdown. But Rivers kind of sucked last year. Carson Wentz apparently trying to get into shape for week 1. We don't know if that's going to happen. They've got some good backups there with Eason, but nothing to get excited about. But somebody's got to step up on the Colts offense. Pittman, I've been watching some practices. He looks okay, looking pretty sharp, pulling in some nice catches, blowing by some defenders, but nothing amounts to like a real game and getting him out there. So Michael Pittman's a guy that is due for a massive breakout season because of opportunity, because he is the guy there. I mean, Hilton, we got to pass the torch guys here. I mean, Hilton's years to wows were not wowed as of late. I mean, I haven't seen him really perform well since Andrew Luck was there. So Michael Pittman could be the next man up. I'm not sold on Pascal and Campbell, all these other guys. Somebody's got to catch the ball. Pittman is primed for a huge breakout season. Love the value as well. You get him after the 7th, 8th round, and you could be theoretically getting a wide receiver 1. Okay, number 3 here. Now, I'm not crazy about him, but there is something in the back of my brain that's saying could be exciting here. But Darnell Mooney here, currently sitting 52nd on the consensus rankings. Now, if you look at this guy, amongst wide receivers, by the way, 98 targets, 61 receptions, 4 touchdowns. He didn't really crush it last year, but it showed some spark that this guy could be special. Now, Andy Dalton, who's a slated starter, which is absolutely BS, I say just start Fields. I mean, Dalton's been playing like crap in preseason. You got to start your best player, which is Fields. I know Nagy wants to integrate him. Nagy, he doesn't take leaps, man. This guy, weans people in, which is very annoying because you've got talent being wasted, not getting the reps that they, deserve. But Dalton said that, quote, Darnell Mooney looks like a special player. Now, I don't take too much credibility in what regards Dalton says, but you got to take it for, some sort of, you got to take it with some value because Dalton's been in the league for a while. He's played with some great players, AJ Green is prime and stuff like that. So, you got to take it under some consideration here. But Darnell Mooney, again, depends on who's playing. At quarterback, could get a ton of volume, could be the guy as Robinson's going to be tying up the top corners in the league, and then Mooney's going to be opened up. Okay, so Darnell Mooney is exciting, decent value, and you're getting a wide receiver too with some upside and huge fantasy football breakout potential. Okay, number 4 here, I got 2 rookies coming up. You've heard me say these names before, but that's okay. Elijah Moore, / Corey Davis. Now, Corey Davis has been looking good in preseason. Caught like 4 catches, had a ton of yards in the last preseason game. I think it was week 2. And the connection's there, Davis and Zach. So, this is a tricky one because Elijah Moore has been sidelined. I think he was banged up a little bit. He should be good to go week 1 from what I understand. But Elijah Moore is that second-round pick, that young talent, whereas Corey Davis, a little bit of a veteran now, been in the league for a while, years to wow us, we're not wow. He hasn't even had a 1,000-yard receiving season, right? So I look at Corey Davis and I'm just like, I'm not excited. Like, I'm just like, yeah, maybe if he gets the volume, but here's the problem. He's going to be seeing some of the top corners. And, when he was with the Titans, like, he never saw that really, right? We had A.J. Brown and all those other guys getting the ones. So I don't know if Davis is capable of getting the ones. And if you saw the preseason game with the Packers in week 2, I mean, he was playing against Swiss cheese. Like, he caught a ball, caught another ball, and like the third time, he was wide open. It's like the Packers corners didn't even realize, the defense didn't key in that he's the only guy catching the ball. He's wide open. And it wasn't even a separation thing. It's just that he was just not covered. Like, it was stupidity. So I think that the preseason hype on Davis is a little overrated. I think Elijah Moore could be the one there. So the guy I'm talking about is a huge breakout, is Elijah Moore. Tons of upside, round 2 pick out of Ole Miss. 5'9", 178, a little smaller in size, but he's going to be getting a ton of volume going his way. Elijah Moore, I'm excited. And that rookie quarterback wide receiver connection could be special. Davis could break out too. 4 years. Like, again, I'm all about the years to why I'm not wild. I'm not expecting anything special out of Davis, especially seeing the top corners. Yeah, good. Tease that you're the one there. That's fine. And the volume's going to go to more. Number 5 here, guys. Amon-Ra St. Brown. You've heard me talk about him. 4th round pick, guys, out of USC. The thing about him is that he is like 75th on the wide receiver rankings on the Consheeps. Ton of value, ton of upside. This is a guy, like, literally, guys, I'm telling you, could get a ton of volume, okay? Goff is there. They have no other wide receivers. I mean, he's competing with Tyrell Williams and Perryman. What has Brashard Perryman ever done? Like, nothing. Like, years to wow me. I'm not wowed. Amon-Ra St. Brown coming in to the league. 4th round pick. Again, not really high draft capital. That's okay. We've seen other guys, Antonio Brown, who wasn't a 2nd round or 1st round pick, crushed in the league. Now, I'm not comparing him to Antonio Brown, but what I'm saying is, for fantasy purposes, you're getting a wide receiver 1 for absolutely free, similar to Elijah Moore. So as you can see, guys, now Amon-Ra, Elijah, Pittman, they could all bust. But if you stack these guys, you're literally paying nothing. And it's like one of those things, like, you're going to anchor your team. And I explained this in 16-round draft solution. You're still going to get some solid wide receiver ones in the earlier rounds. But in the later rounds, you stack up Pittman, Elijah Moore, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I mean, you could have 3 wide receiver ones and you're paying nothing for them. Okay, guys, there's a ton of depth at wide receivers. So you got to think here. You don't want to overpay for wide receivers early, get those running backs, and then stack a bunch of these wide receivers. Okay, guys? A ton of value this year. All these guys, Jeudy, Pittman, Mooney, Moore, and Amon-Ra, like, amazing value, all primed for a breakout season. There's more breakouts too. All of that can be found in the 16-round draft session. I linked it below, guys. All right? There you have it. 5 breakouts, guys. Head on over to DraftKings.com/promo. So what's that code? It's kind of confusing. That's why I've linked it below here. But it's DraftKings.com/promo-code, because that's where you can enter the code and use promo code FFLine, Fantasy Football Line. Okay, guys, go do that, or just download the app, FF Line. All right, guys, I am out. Subscribe, thumbs up. Let me know about the breakouts in the comments below what you guys think. We'll talk soon. I'm out.